God says, this is your final warning. Someone is watching your house. This is not a drill. Something shocking will happen tonight, and if you ignore this, it will be too late. Open this immediately before it's too late. I see everything. Nothing escapes my eyes. I have watched you walk through the days with a quiet heart, bearing more than you speak of, holding in the storms that rage silently within. But now, something is shifting. This moment is unlike the rest. There is an urgency pressing against the air, and I need you to listen. You are being watched, not by me alone, but by something that carries no peace, no warmth, no light. This is not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Type Amen if you believe. The shadows that you sometimes feel around you, those cold moments you cannot explain, the unease that creeps up when night falls, these are not figments of your imagination. There is something happening in the unseen. I am alerting you, not because I want you to be afraid, but because I love you enough to tell you the truth. This is not a story or a lesson, this is a divine interruption. And the one who heeds my voice now will be covered when the hour arrives. You have felt something strange in your spirit. That tug that kept you from falling asleep too quickly. The sudden pause in your breath when you stepped into your room. The faint sensation that your name was whispered when no one was there. These are not random. I am telling you that tonight is not like every other night. You cannot afford to be numb or distracted. This is not paranoia. This is preparation. I need you to come back into the shelter of my presence. The door is open, but you must walk through it. Do not delay. Do not convince yourself that you have more time. I am extending my hand before the shaking begins. I am whispering before the roar comes. My child, I never give warnings without reason. If I tell you to prepare, it is because I already see the danger approaching. You are not helpless. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. But you must stay awake. You must shut down the noise that tries to keep you dull. You must resist the lull of comfort that tries to rock your spirit to sleep. Tonight is a night of spiritual tension. You are a target, not because you are weak, but because you carry something holy. The enemy does not pursue the ordinary. He pursues the anointed. Type 1111 if you trust in God. The atmosphere around your home is not just physical. There is a spiritual current moving through your walls, pressing at your windows, trying to find a way in. I am telling you to guard your gates. Speak my name over your household. Cover every doorframe with the authority I have given you. You must not underestimate this moment. One declaration from your lips, one cry from your spirit, can silence what was sent to harm you. Tonight, there will be a reckoning. But it will not find you if you stay hidden in me. I have not called you to survive, I have called you to overcome. I did not place my spirit in you for you to tremble. I placed it in you so you would know what to do when the earth begins to shake. You must not panic. You must not run. You must rise with peace that makes no sense, with power that no enemy can crush. Do not try to figure out every detail. You will not see it with natural eyes. But I will make your discernment sharp. I will make your spirit alert. Tonight, if you listen closely, you will hear me clearly. If you follow my whisper, you will bypass the blow. If you respond to this message from your heart, you will not fall into the snare set against you. This is why I came to you this way, to interrupt your scroll, to break through your silence. My beloved, every second from this point on matters. Do not step into this night casually. Speak over your children. Walk through your house and declare it holy ground. This is not a performance. This is spiritual warfare. But do not be afraid. I am not leaving you to face this alone. I am right here. I am closer than your skin. I am surrounding you like a shield. Nothing can penetrate what I cover unless you refuse to stay under my covering. The eyes watching you will be blinded by my glory if you trust me. The plan formed against you will fall apart if you obey my leading. But you must not dismiss what you are reading right now. This message is not a coincidence. It is my final warning to you before the night unfolds. I never allow darkness to move without giving my children the chance to prepare. And you, my beloved, are not overlooked. I came to you first. Stand up. Raise your voice. Speak life. Cast out fear. Welcome my peace. For I am with you, and I will not allow harm to prevail where I am welcomed. You are mine, and tonight, I will prove that the light always wins when it stands in the darkness. Keep watch. I will visit you in the night. Not to harm you, but to secure you. Not to startle you, but to fill you with peace that cannot be shaken. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit has already felt the shift. The tension is not imagined. It is real, and I am stepping in to stop what was meant to break you. What if wealth was never about luck, but a hidden brain signal buried in CIA files? This frequency is opening doors, attracting opportunities, and changing lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to attract wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brain wave today. You must take this seriously, not with fear, but with faith. Because faith is what builds the walls that no darkness can break through. When I say that someone is watching your house, understand that it is not always flesh and bone. Sometimes, it is what rides on unseen winds, what tries to enter quietly and corrupt from within. I am alerting you because you have something inside you worth protecting, something sacred, something dangerous to the darkness. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. When I formed you, I placed within you a light that cannot be dimmed. The enemy knows this. He sees what I have hidden within you and has been trying, with every subtle whisper, every heavy feeling, every unexplained worry, to steal it from you. He cannot break your soul, so he tries to break your peace. But I have not allowed it. And now, I am coming closer, covering you with my own presence, because what was planned for harm will not prevail if you stay under my shadow. There is an urgency in my words because the time to act is now. Do not wait for things to feel worse before you rise in prayer. Do not wait for the knock at the door to realize the attack has already begun. When you feel heavy, when you feel restless, that is your spirit recognizing what your eyes have not yet seen. That is me nudging you to be still and listen, to step out of your routine and into my presence. I never ask you to seek me without reason. I am not only warning you, I am giving you instructions. Tonight, I want you to walk through every room of your house and speak peace over it. Even if you feel silly, even if it feels like nothing's wrong, trust my words more than your own feelings. Because what you do not see now, I see completely. Every plan of the enemy has already been reviewed by my eyes, and I have made a way of escape, but it requires your obedience. Your prayers are not powerless. Your declarations are not empty. When you say my name, all of heaven moves with you. When you call out in faith, I do not delay. Angels surround those who trust in me. They are not mythical. They are real, and they are already positioned around you now. But you must not ignore the stirring in your soul tonight. This is the moment I have been preparing you for. You will remember this night not for what went wrong, but for how you stood and nothing touched you. You may feel tired. You may feel like ignoring this message. But this moment is sacred. It is not just another post or passing scroll. It is a lifeline, and it was sent for you. The enemy has been watching for a crack, a moment of distraction, a chance to invade. But I have stepped in and drawn a line. That line is your trust in me. That line is your willingness to move when I say move, to pray when I say pray, to declare when I say declare. Type 222 if you trust Jesus. I love you too much to let you walk blindly into the night. I am not speaking with panic, I am speaking with power. This moment is sacred. This warning is divine. And if you honor it, if you respond, not only will you be safe, but your faith will rise to a level you've never known. You will realize that I am not a distant voice or an idea from old stories. I am living. I am near. I am your God. Let my peace flood your soul now. Let my spirit calm every worry. I am still God over the winds. I am still the one who speaks and storms stop. Tonight is not your defeat. Tonight is the unveiling of my protection. As you listen to me, as you open your heart, as you respond in faith, you are aligning with the power that commands angels, the voice that created stars, the love that went to the cross and returned with the keys of death. I am still Jesus. I am still the Savior. I am still your covering. Nothing sent against you will prosper if you cling to me. But I need you to believe this, not just with your mind, but with your whole heart. The warning is not to cause you fear, it is to give you clarity. The shaking will come, but you will not be shaken. The eyes that have been watching your house will see a fire around it and retreat, because they cannot touch what I have sealed with my name. God says, I have shielded you from far more than you know. There have been moments in your life when danger circled close, when evil reached for you quietly, but my hand moved it away before you ever saw it coming. I have been your defender even in the silence. And now, once again, I am standing between you and the thing that has dared to come too close. This is not your imagination. This is real. And this is the hour to rise in faith, not shrink in fear. Tonight holds weight. Not because it will destroy you, but because it is a turning point. A moment where you will either step into deeper trust with me, or turn your face away and pretend nothing is happening. But if you ignore this, the storm will not wait. I am not giving you this warning for drama or emotion. I am giving it because the threat is real and time is short. Your obedience is the key that will shift everything. Type 555 to say you're covered by God. The watchers I spoke of are not random. They are drawn to light they cannot touch. You have something in your spirit that burns brighter than you understand. It's not because you are perfect. It's not because you have done everything right. It's because I chose you. I marked you. I placed my presence inside of you, and the moment you said yes to me, the enemy saw you differently. That is why the resistance has felt heavy lately. That is why the nights have felt strange. A 7-second at-home ritual, scientifically proven by neuroscience labs and hidden for decades in CIA files, is now public, and people are seeing money flow into their lives. Scientists say it activates a brain pathway linked to abundance. Click the link in the comments below before this knowledge disappears again. But you are not prey. You are protected. You are a child of the Most High God, and my name surrounds your home like fire. Still, even fire needs to be stirred. I am calling you to stir the atmosphere of your house. Walk through it. Speak over it. Say my name out loud. Do not be afraid to look foolish. The enemy hopes you stay passive. He hopes you dismiss this moment. But if you respond, his plan will collapse before it even begins. I have already dispatched my angels. I have already surrounded your roof, your door, your windows. The attack planned for tonight will pass over you. It will look and not enter. It will try and not touch. Because your heart is staying close to mine. You may not understand how all of this works. That's okay. I never asked you to understand everything. I asked you to trust me, and that's what I need from you now. The watchers have seen your family. They have tried to disturb your peace. They have sent confusion, tension, strange dreams, emotional distance between you and your loved ones. But all of this ends tonight if you respond to me. Speak unity into your home. Speak healing. Speak calm. My presence will answer every word you speak in faith. You do not have to shout. You only need to believe. I am not warning you because I want you afraid. I am warning you because I want you free. And freedom sometimes begins with interruption. That's what this is. I interrupted your day because you are worth protecting. You are worth saving. You are worth everything I've already done, and everything I'm about to do. Let this moment be a reminder that I am involved. I am near. I am not watching from a distance. I am in your house now. Type 333 if you believe I'm with you. The night may be darker than usual. You might feel it in your chest. You may notice a heaviness pressing down on your thoughts. Don't run from it. Face it with me. Speak my name. Jesus. The darkness cannot hold ground where my name is lifted. You don't need to perform. You don't need to prove anything. You only need to remember who you belong to. I have never lost one that is mine, and I will not start now. Tonight, before you close your eyes, lay your hand over your heart and invite me to stay with you. Not as a guest, but as Lord. Let my spirit fill your room. Turn down every other voice. The news, the noise, the fear, the confusion, none of them speak life like I do. You've heard enough from them. Now listen to me. I am not afraid. And if I am in you, you do not need to be afraid either. Your obedience tonight is your covering. Your faith is your shield. Your praise is your weapon. Even if your voice is soft, even if you can barely speak above a whisper, it is enough. The enemy listens when my children speak. Not because of their power, but because of mine. And my power lives in you. My spirit breathes through your words. My peace rises when you call on me. Nothing sent against you tonight will survive the sound of your trust. You are not alone. I am standing over your house like a pillar of fire. You may not see it with your eyes, but the realm of darkness sees it clearly. That is why they are trembling even now. That is why they are backing off even as you read this. Because you chose to open your heart. Because you didn't scroll past. Because you stopped and listened to my voice. You are not a victim. You are covered, chosen, and surrounded by glory. No plan can be made against you that I have not already seen. No shadow can pass over your roof that I have not already accounted for. My child, when I speak to you like this, it is because something sacred is unfolding, something that cannot be ignored, delayed, or dismissed. Tonight is not an ordinary night. The weight you felt in your chest all day, the stillness that pressed around your house as if time paused, that was not coincidence. That was me drawing near. I have been moving through your home with care, placing my hand on every corner, standing at every threshold, blessing the space where your feet have walked. You may have thought you were alone in the silence, but I was there, whispering peace into your soul while the world spun loudly outside. Type 1919 to receive miracles. The one who watches your house, what you sense but cannot always see, is not greater than the one who watches over your soul. Though the enemy has been prowling, trying to slip past your awareness, I have blocked his way. His attempts have failed again and again because I have placed angels at your gate. Even when you were unaware, even when you felt vulnerable or exposed, you were never unprotected. My presence has been your armor. But understand this, the shaking is not over yet. There is still one more storm trying to form. A final effort from the enemy to rattle your faith, to disturb your sleep, to make you question if I am near. And that is why I am pressing so urgently now. Because if you remain alert, if you speak my name even in the stillness of your bedroom tonight, what was meant to harm you will be turned back before it ever touches your life. Let your room become a sanctuary. Let your words become like fire. Not by yelling or screaming, but by whispering my name with confidence. Speak my name with love. Say it with authority. You do not have to understand spiritual warfare to be protected by me. You do not have to have all the right words to be surrounded by my presence. What matters is your heart, and the willingness to let me in when I knock. You heard me today, and that changed everything. A classified 7-second morning ritual, once buried in CIA files, is quietly transforming financial lives. In under 30 seconds, it helps shift the mind from scarcity to wealth, with many reporting surprise income and peace. Click the link in the comments below before the page is removed. There are moments that define your life, not by the noise they make, but by the decision you make within them. This is one of those moments. This is where your atmosphere shifts. This is where you draw the line and say, no more. This is where fear loses its grip on you and where faith begins to breathe freely again. You may feel the weight of the night, but you also carry the power of my light. Type 666 if you trust Jesus. I am not a visitor in your home, I am the foundation. You did not find this message by accident. This was not a random scroll or a passing thought. I led you here. I placed these words in your path because I needed to reach you before the final hour. Because what happens next depends on how you respond now. My voice does not come to bring panic. It comes to bring clarity. It comes to make the unseen seen, and the unheard heard. You have always been more than you thought you were. That's why the enemy has fought you so fiercely. He saw your potential before you believed in it. He noticed your strength when you were still doubting yourself. But I saw it first. I placed it there. I breathed it into you when I created you. You are not ordinary. You are chosen. You are marked by heaven. You are surrounded by grace. Tonight, as the darkness grows thick and the world turns inward to rest, I am still moving. I am not bound by night. I am not limited by silence. I walk through the unseen. I push back the plans of the wicked. I cover the heads of my children with peace that doesn't break under pressure. You are not defenseless. You are not at risk when you stand with me. Place your hand on your heart and whisper my name, Jesus. Do not underestimate what happens in that moment. Peace will rise. Fear will fall. And I will fill every space inside you with light. I am not in a hurry to leave. I came to stay. I came to heal. I came to restore what fear tried to steal from you. Your safety is not found in locks or walls, it is found in me. I am your defender, your hiding place, your rescuer. Tonight, you will not lose sleep. You will not wake in panic. You will rest in me. Because the moment you said yes to this message, I moved. I stood at your front door. I spoke to the winds. I silenced the watchers. And I wrapped your house in a fire that no darkness dares to cross. I will keep watch so you can sleep in peace. I will fight so you can rest in stillness. I will cover you so no arrow, no shadow, no threat will find its mark. God says, I have chosen you to hear this because you are not just anyone passing through the pages of time. You are mine. You belong to me, and because you are mine, you will never face the night alone. You have endured seasons of silence, walked through storms with no umbrella, carried burdens no one else could see, and yet, you are still here. That is not because you were lucky. That is because I was with you, even when you did not realize it. This night carries weight in the spirit, but I have already tipped the scales in your favor. What was planned against you cannot prosper if you continue to walk in the light of my presence. I have not brought you this far to leave you now. You are standing in the middle of a divine turning point. And yes, it is happening quietly, but do not confuse quiet with weak. The most powerful shifts I send come without loud noise, but with deep transformation. Type yes to affirm your trust in me. When I say someone is watching your house, understand that this is not just a warning about physical threats. It is about the spiritual atmosphere that has tried to shift around your life. The enemy sees what is being built within you. He sees the growth. He sees the healing. He sees the prayers that you whispered late at night, the ones you didn't even have the strength to finish. And he fears what's coming next for you. That is why he is circling, why he is stirring. But I have drawn a boundary he cannot cross. Your home is not just a place of sleep and meals. Your home is a spiritual sanctuary, a space where my name is lifted, where your prayers echo through the walls, and where my angels walk from room to room. But the enemy wants to infect that space with unrest, confusion, arguments, and fear. That is why he sends whispers of division, why tension rises for no clear reason, why strange thoughts try to take root. He wants to open the door from the inside, using doubt and discouragement. But I am here to shut every spiritual gate that has been left open. I am here to seal your windows with peace. I am here to declare that your home belongs to me. Every person under your roof is under my watch. Every child, every loved one, every moment of sleep, protected, surrounded, and covered in a peace that will not be shaken. You do not need to live braced for impact. You only need to live ready to trust. You have authority, not because of your strength, but because of my spirit within you. When you speak, heaven hears. When you resist darkness, it flees. When you stand in faith, everything that was sent to break you begins to lose power. You are not powerless in this hour. You are positioned by me. You are not fighting for victory, you are standing in it, because I already overcame the world. Type 2323 if you agree. Do you know, inside your brain is a small region linked to wealth and success, once buried in restricted research and hidden in CIA files. This newly revealed frequency is helping people replace stress with financial ease, and God has guided you here. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brain wave now. The enemy knows the clock is running out, and he has made you a target, not because you are weak, but because you carry purpose. Your life is laced with destiny. The gifts inside you are not random. They were placed there to bring change, to shine light, to break generational chains, and to shift the atmosphere wherever you walk. That is why darkness is nervous. That is why the attacks have been sharp lately. The enemy fights what he fears, and he fears what I've placed in you. But I am not intimidated. I do not retreat. I do not lose. And you, my beloved, are not fighting for survival. You are being refined for glory. This pressure, this heaviness, this strange tension that tries to cling to your house, it is breaking. Even now, as you read these words, my presence is beginning to settle over your home. It is resting on the walls, filling the air with calm, surrounding your heart with warmth. Let it happen. Breathe me in. Do not speak words of worry over this night. Speak words of praise. Do not rehearse the threats in your mind. Declare my promises aloud. When the watchers see faith rise in you, they will scatter. When they see worship fill your space, they will flee. Because praise breaks chains, even when whispered. Because worship terrifies the enemy more than shouting ever could. And tonight, your worship is your weapon. You do not need to prove anything. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to be present. Present with me. Present in prayer. Present in peace. The more still you are in my presence, the louder my spirit speaks through you. I am shifting things tonight. I am realigning what was out of order. I am removing what was never meant to stay. And you will wake with a new sense of clarity, a deeper peace, and a calm that cannot be explained. Tonight, you are not just being protected. You are being renewed. You are not just being covered. You are being empowered. What was sent to harm you is about to witness your breakthrough. What hovered at your window will now see that your house is marked. Marked by my love. Marked by my fire. Marked by the blood of the Lamb that never loses its power. God says, as the night deepens and the world begins to fade into stillness, my presence surrounds you even more closely than before. I am not distant. I am not silent. I am moving through your space like the gentle breeze that passes through your curtains when the windows are closed. I move in ways that do not need to make noise to be powerful. I work in silence that still shifts everything. And tonight, I am still working, still speaking, still protecting. You have been sensing it, haven't you? That strange tightness in your chest. That sudden wave of emotion that comes without a reason. The heaviness in the air that makes it feel like time itself has slowed down. That is the weight of the moment. That is the awareness of your spirit, tuning into something real, something divine. You are not imagining it. I am here. The tension in the air isn't random, it's the spiritual resistance being broken. Type 2020 to claim miracles. The one who has been watching your house, his plan has crumbled. He circled with intentions of disruption, but found something else instead. He found me. He found your house marked with my presence. He saw the stillness in your heart as you lifted up my name, and he backed away, not because you shouted, but because I stood between you and what meant harm. My light cannot be touched by the dark, and my light lives inside you. There is a reason I called you to read this. There is a reason I whispered to your soul to pause, to slow down, to not scroll past. Because what is happening now in your life is not just another hard moment or spiritual battle. It is a spiritual crossing. I am leading you from a place of tension into a place of greater peace. But to get there, you must listen to every word I speak. You must keep your heart open. You must let go of the fear and trust that I am guiding your every step, even when the path feels unfamiliar. What happened earlier today was no accident. The moment when your thoughts drifted into confusion, the heaviness that came without warning, the tension in conversations that should have been peaceful, all of it was part of the enemy's attempt to steal this night from you. But I stepped in. I interrupted that cycle. I broke that spiral. Because I have claimed this night for myself. And you are mine. The reason I'm speaking so clearly now is because something sacred is forming. In the shadows, the enemy tried to release fear. But I am releasing something greater. I am releasing healing. Healing for your mind, your spirit, your atmosphere. The things that used to hold you hostage in the late hours, anxiety, regret, torment, fear, they will begin to break. One by one, they will lose their grip as you let me in more deeply. Type Amen if you believe. My child, I want you to know this. I see the pain you never speak about. I see how hard you try to keep it together. I see how you carry peace for others while barely holding on to it yourself. But tonight, I want to carry you. Let your heart lean into mine. Let your soul be quiet before me. You don't need perfect words. You don't need to recite anything. Just be still, and know I am near. The danger has not disappeared. But the fear has lost its power. Because now you understand that you are not alone in this. Now you know that I have surrounded you with something stronger than protection. I have surrounded you with presence. And that changes everything. You will begin to notice a shift, even in the atmosphere of your home. The air will feel lighter. Your thoughts will become clearer. The room where you sleep will feel warmer, safer, still. Financial freedom is not about effort, but activating a hidden brain signal once buried in CIA files. Neuroscience shows this sound wave helps attract money and opportunity faster, and thousands are already seeing unexpected income. Click the link in the description and comments now to activate the ancient money wave today. I want you to do something before you close your eyes tonight. Sit in silence for a moment, with your hand over your heart. Breathe slowly. Say my name, Jesus. Feel how your heartbeat steadies. Feel how your breathing calms. That's not just a physical response. That's your spirit aligning with me. That's what peace feels like when it's more than just a word, it becomes a presence that holds you completely. Even your dreams tonight will shift. The enemy has tried to plant fear and chaos in your dreams, hoping to use the night to weaken you. But I am taking over. I am filling your dreams with clarity, with revelation, with light. You will begin to hear me more clearly, not just with your ears, but in your heart. I am speaking in the places that needed healing. I am whispering into the cracks that felt too broken to hold anything sacred. But they will now hold my voice. Do not underestimate how important this moment is. It may seem simple, just you and these words, but this is a divine exchange. You are giving me your fear, and I am giving you my peace. You are surrendering control, and I am giving you protection that does not fail. I am proud of you for listening. I am proud of you for pausing when your flesh wanted to move on. These choices may seem small, but in the spiritual realm, they move mountains. I have sent this message like a torch in the dark. You picked it up. You carried it through your home. And now that fire will not go out. It will burn in the heart of every person who enters your space. It will keep the watchers from returning. It will keep the doorways guarded. And most of all, it will remind you that you are never, ever alone. My light does not fade. My peace does not break. My voice never falls silent when you call. God says, when you woke up today, something already began shifting in the spirit. Before your eyes opened, before your feet touched the floor, I was already walking through the unseen places around you, preparing the ground, calming what was raging in the dark. You didn't feel it at first, but I was already speaking peace over your home. The battles you were never meant to fight, I already fought. The traps that were laid without your knowledge, I already dismantled. The air may still feel thick, and the weight might still rest gently on your chest, but what you're feeling is not fear anymore. It's the residue of what was broken. The shaking already happened in the spirit, and now I am restoring what was shaken. I know you've been holding on with trembling hands. I know your heart is tired of running, tired of the battles that come without warning. But you need to know, this day marks a line. What touched you before will not return the same way again. Type 222 if you believe you're stepping into peace. You have no idea how much I've been protecting you from. When you sat still and closed your eyes for just a few seconds today, I was there. When your spirit suddenly felt overwhelmed for no reason, I was interrupting the enemy's whisper. That sense of being watched wasn't your imagination, it was a spiritual sensitivity I placed in you, to recognize what's real, to sense what others overlook. You are not just awake in the physical, you are awakening in the spiritual. The one who was watching your house has been silenced. The door that fear tried to enter through has been sealed. What was circling has now scattered. It tried to linger, hoping you'd open the door with fear, but instead, you opened your heart to me, and that changed everything. When you allowed my voice into your home, you released the authority of heaven into your atmosphere. That's why the air feels different now. That's why your chest feels lighter than it did yesterday. But listen closely, my child, because there's more I need you to know. This is not just a one-time intervention. This is a season of spiritual awakening. I am calling you to stay alert, not anxious, not restless, but aware. Aware of my movements. Aware of the whispers I place in your heart. Aware of how I speak in silence, how I guide through peace, and how I protect without needing to be seen. Type 1111 if you trust in God completely. From this day forward, your home must remain a sanctuary. A place not just to rest, but to recharge. A place where my name is not just spoken in prayer, but where it becomes the atmosphere. I want you to speak over your home every morning. Bless it. Declare peace in every room. Call on my presence to fill every corner. Don't wait for the next shaking to begin seeking me. Make your connection with me your constant, not just your emergency. The enemy has backed off, but he will always seek new openings. He tries the same patterns: weariness, distraction, bitterness, fear. But now you know what to look for. Now you know how to fight. Not with your fists, but with your faith. Not with your voice raised in anger, but with your voice raised in worship. Every time you choose peace over panic, you are fighting. Every time you choose to forgive instead of feed resentment, you are winning. You are stronger than you feel, wiser than you know, and more protected than you can see. I am training you in the Spirit, gently and daily, like a father teaching his child how to walk with grace through fire. You will not burn in this season. You will shine. The watchers that circled your house will not return, and even if they try, they will find the walls guarded by angels and the doorposts covered in my glory. A 7-second brain-wave ritual, once reserved for elite people and hidden in CIA files, is now public, and people call it the 30-second miracle. Scientists say it awakens a dormant brain center tied to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it's deleted again from the internet. Let me show you what peace looks like now. It doesn't mean you'll never feel tension again. It means the tension won't control you. It doesn't mean the night will never whisper again. It means the whisper will have no place to land. You are no longer an open target. You are sealed, marked, set apart. Your home is covered. Your heart is guarded. Your future is secure. I want you to remember this. The moment you decided to open your heart to this message, you stepped into a new chapter. Not just of survival, but of clarity. You are going to begin noticing things differently now. You'll sense trouble before it knocks. You'll feel shifts in the spirit before they manifest in your surroundings. That's not fear. That's discernment. That's my spirit alive and active in you. Even as you sleep tonight, I will continue to minister to you. My voice will speak peace over your dreams. I will remove every torment that tried to plant fear in your heart. I will heal the restless parts of your mind that don't know how to settle. I will quiet the thoughts that argue with your peace. I am not just visiting for a moment. I am staying. I am dwelling in your midst. You'll notice your home becoming lighter, not just in feeling, but in energy. Even others who enter your space will feel it. They won't always have words for it, but they'll say things like, "It feels peaceful here," or "I don't know why, but I feel better around you." That's my presence. That's what happens when heaven takes residence. That's what I'm doing now, making your life a resting place for my spirit. God says, today I need you to understand something deeper than what you've heard before. This moment in your life is not random. The warning I've given you was not for fear, it was for formation. You are being shaped right now, molded through a process that is making you stronger in the spirit, more alert in your walk, and more anchored in my presence. What was meant to break you is now becoming a bridge to your breakthrough. And that transformation is happening because you listened when I called. You did not ignore me. You heard my voice, and though you may not have fully understood, you opened your heart. That matters more than you know. Obedience in the quiet moments, faith when no one else sees, trust in the dark, these are the foundations of the miracles I am releasing into your life. You will never know how many battles you've already won simply because you stood still and believed in me when it didn't make sense to do so. Type 1212 if you walk by faith and not by sight. I know the weight that has been pressing on your chest lately. I know how hard it's been to smile while carrying that heaviness. I know how often you've laid your head down wondering if anyone truly sees what you're going through. And that is why I came to you directly, to make it clear, I see it all. Every tear. Every silence. Every fight in your soul that no one else has noticed. I see you. And I'm not leaving you to carry this alone. The spiritual tension you've been sensing is because you're nearing something that cannot be delayed anymore. You're approaching the moment where what's been hidden inside of you will begin to show through. The enemy knows this. He's seen the signs. That's why he's tried to circle your house. That's why he's tried to bring heaviness into your mind, restlessness into your sleep, and fear into your atmosphere. But tonight, it stops. You are not the same person you were before. You have been listening. You have been leaning on me, even if you didn't realize it. With every moment of stillness, every quiet prayer, every time you chose not to give in to fear, you were building a wall around your spirit. And now, that wall is glowing with my glory. The watchers may still try to circle, but they will no longer approach. Because they are seeing the fire that surrounds you, and they cannot cross it. Type yes if you believe I've surrounded you. From this point on, your home is marked. Not with fear, not with anxiety, but with my name. And where my name is honored, no curse can take root. That tension you felt earlier was the last gasp of the storm. It is fading now, and peace is being poured in to replace it. You'll notice it in the silence. It won't feel heavy anymore. It will feel like still water, calm and steady. You'll wake tomorrow with clarity you haven't felt in weeks. But I want you to continue. Don't stop seeking me because the shaking passed. Let this become your rhythm. Let this be how you live now, not only when danger is near, but even more so when peace surrounds you. That's where real strength grows. Not in emergency, but in consistency. Build your mornings with me. End your nights with me. Guard your peace like treasure, because it truly is. The world will pull at you, but I will hold you still. The enemy doesn't stop trying. But now you know how to stand. You are not the same anymore. The way you pray has changed. The way you walk through your home has changed. The way you think has shifted. You are aware now. And that awareness is power. It allows you to discern what doesn't belong, what needs to be shut out, and what needs to be welcomed in. You are walking in new authority. So speak to your atmosphere every day. Declare peace when the air feels thick. Declare clarity when the mind feels foggy. Declare strength when your body feels weak. Your words carry weight when they are filled with faith. Speak not from fear, but from your place in me. You are seated in heavenly places. You are not under threat, you are under grace. And grace is what makes you unshakable. A 7-second brainwave ritual uncovered from sealed records and hidden in CIA files is transforming financial lives. It activates a forgotten abundance channel in the brain, leading to new financial opportunities and cleared debts. Click the link in the comments below before it disappears. The plans that were made against you have collapsed. The watchers that tried to monitor your peace have turned away. Not because of your strength, but because of your obedience. That's what opens heaven. That's what moves angels. That's what brings breakthrough. Obedience in the quiet. Trust in the unseen. You have shown me that your heart is open, and because of that, I will begin to pour more into your life. You will begin to hear me more clearly. in conversations, in quiet moments. Even in your thoughts, I will begin to interrupt the chaos with gentle clarity. You'll know what to say, when to move, and when to be still. That is the fruit of obedience, direction. You won't need to guess anymore. I will guide your every step. Because you listened. Because you responded. Because you made room for me. God says, the wind that once carried fear to your doorstep now carries peace instead. My hand is upon your house, and my presence is settled into the walls of your home. You may not hear me with your ears, but your spirit knows. You may not see me in form, but your soul has already felt the shift. The moment you accepted my message, the battle turned. You are no longer waiting to be delivered, you are walking in victory already. The darkness that hovered has lost its grip. The watchers that observed your window in silence are gone. They were waiting for an open gate, a crack in your armor, a sign of hesitation, but they found none. They saw the way you responded. They heard the whispers of my name in your room. They felt the fire of my angels surround you like a wall. The enemy never expected you to say yes. He never expected you to believe me. But you did, and that faith shattered his assignment. Type 555 if you are standing in the light of victory. Now I am rebuilding what fear tried to shake. I am restoring peace not just for one night, but for the days ahead. What came to disrupt you will now serve as confirmation of how close I am. Every part of this was allowed so you could finally see that what you carry inside of you is far greater than anything that could ever come against you. You didn't just survive the night. You triumphed in it. You stood your ground. And now I am lifting you higher. You've been waiting for a sign, and this was it. That tension in the atmosphere, that sense of unease, it wasn't your mind playing tricks on you. It was the spiritual realm shifting. And because you listened, because you aligned yourself with my voice, you are now walking in a deeper authority. Do you feel how still it is right now? That's not emptiness. That's heaven's quiet. That's what it feels like when the battle ends and the Lord declares, "Peace, be still." I know you still feel fragile. I know your heart is still catching its breath. But you need to understand, this fragility is holy. It means you've been stretched. It means your heart stayed open when it could have shut down. It means you chose me in the middle of fear. That kind of decision is what sets you apart. That's why I call you chosen. Not because you've never been afraid, but because you believed in me more than your fear. Type 333 if you believe I've chosen you. My child, I am not only healing your home, I am healing your mind. The battle may have started around your house, but it's your thoughts the enemy was really after. That voice that tells you you're not enough. That whisper that says no one sees what you're going through. That quiet lie that makes you feel like you're doing everything wrong. That is where he was aiming. But I have stepped into that space now. I am speaking louder than the lies. I am interrupting every voice that isn't mine. You'll notice it. In the coming days, your thoughts will feel different. The clutter will start to clear. Your inner voice will begin to speak more gently. That is me. I am restoring the way you think. I am rewiring the places where pain and panic once lived. You will begin to trust yourself again. You will stop second-guessing every step. Because when I speak peace, it doesn't just stay in the air, it fills your entire being. The warning I gave you wasn't to terrify you. It was to wake you. And now that you're awake, I want you to walk in what you've learned. Keep my presence near. Keep your atmosphere clean. Do not let bitterness, gossip, or fear creep back into the spaces I've cleansed. Your home is sacred. Treat it as holy. It's not just where you sleep, it's where I dwell. It's where my spirit rests. Guard it like treasure. You are not who you were before this began. You've grown, even in the silence. You've shifted, even while standing still. I have opened your eyes to things you never noticed before. That discernment is a gift. That sensitivity is not weakness. That awareness is not fear, it's faith at work. You see differently now because you have stood in a moment where heaven touched the earth in your very own house.